Government launches public consultation on proposals of a statutory cooling-off period on prepaid contracts for beauty and fitness services. A construction worker dies after being trapped underneath a tipped-over excavator in HOY76. And an Australian man admits killing a Thai teenager in self-defense and allegedly stuffs her body in a suitcase. Good evening, you're watching Cable News, I'm Quentin Yan. Hong Kong is moving to tighten regulation of prepaid beauty and fitness services, with the government launching a 2-month public consultation on proposals that include a statutory 7-day cooling-off period and a maximum contract term of 2 years. Evelyn Bai has the details.
The move comes after years of consumer concerns over the lack of proper protections, especially following the sudden closure of a 38-year-old gym chain in 2024, which left thousands of prepaid customers out of pocket. The Commerce and Economic Development Bureau has reviewed the Trade Descriptions Ordinance and is now proposing a 7-day cooling-off period that would give consumers the chance to reconsider their prepayment decisions. If a contract is cancelled, refunds will be due within 14 days, with traders allowed to deduct charges for services already used and administrative fees for non-cash transactions. The Bureau also suggests setting 3 regulatory thresholds based on contract amounts: $3,000, $8,000, and $15,000. Contracts would be capped at 2 years, with a possible 6 months extension by mutual consent. Traders would be barred from starting a contract more than 3 months after it is signed, or from signing a new contract covering the same services already used. Penalties for breaches will range up to $100,000 for a first offense and $200,000 for subsequent offenses. The government also proposed to grant the power to customs and excise officers to follow up on suspected cases. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
A worker died and an excavator operator was injured after the machine tipped over at a construction site in HOY76, sending heavy steel pipes crashing down on the victim. Evelyn Bai again reports.
The incident occurred around 9 a.m. on Liberty Avenue. The excavator was hoisting steel pipes when it overturned, spilling its load. A 41-year-old male worker was struck by the falling pipes and later died at Kwong Wah Hospital, while the other 30-year-old man, believed to be the operator, suffered hand injuries. Chelsea Kidd, chairman of the Hong Kong Construction Industry Employees General Union, questioned whether the general foreman carried out proper risk assessments before the operation, adding that there have been several heavy rains recently, which would have softened the ground. To put workers on site in such conditions is a wanton destruction of human life, he emphasized. Fei Siu, chief executive of the Association for the Rights of Industrial Accident Victims, stressed that hoisting areas should be cordoned off and cleared of workers. She said it was unclear whether space constraints or poor planning had allowed workers to stay under the lift zone while operations were underway. Police have classified the case as an industrial accident, while the Labor Department is investigating the cause. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
Chief Secretary Eric Chen has dismissed calls to bring back the city's old poverty line, stressing the government's goal of precise poverty alleviation goes beyond income to ensuring residents, rich or poor, can live happily. Marking 4 years of the current administration, Chen said its first targeted poverty report reflects a shift in defining need, stressing hardship should not be assessed by income alone. Authorities now apply a 21-indicator framework, covering factors such as emotional support, living conditions, and children's welfare. He said effective poverty relief depends on collaboration between the government, businesses, and the community. A new commission on poverty will take office next month and may extend support to carers and ethnic minorities, he added. Chen also voiced concern over youth employment, noting that while graduates may take longer to secure jobs, some young people appear reluctant to join the job market. A mindset issue, he said, requires stronger training and guidance. Responding to public discussion over the appointment of former police officers to lead the Information Services Department and the Food and Environmental Hygiene Department, Chen described the pattern as pure coincidence and stressed that civil service recruitment remains strictly merit-based. With about a year left in the current term, Chen said his priority is to do the job well and deliver results. He added that ongoing civil service reforms, including a new appraisal system, to be introduced in October, are essential to keeping pace with societal changes and reinforcing public confidence. Starting this Wednesday, Kowloon Motor Bus will be providing cooling supplies to elderly passengers at 10 of its bus termini across the city. The 10 locations include major hubs such as Fuxing Estate in Taipo, Lunwohui in Fanling, and Longqing Estate in Tunmun. Elderly passengers waiting for their buses will be able to borrow portable electric fans. Cooling towels and bottled water will also be handed out to those in need. KMB notes that senior citizens account for 1/5 of its total annual passenger journeys. To improve their travel experience, the company says it is training drivers to better monitor the well-being of elderly passengers and provide assistance when needed. An Australian man has admitted killing a teenage girl in self-defense following a dispute over paid sex work in Pattaya, Thailand. He allegedly abandoned her body in a suitcase. If charged with intentional murder, he could face life imprisonment or the death penalty. Jeremy Zhu has the story.
The 45-year-old suspect, Simon Carmen, in a black vest, told police he met the 17-year-old victim, Tunchanok Donhomla, on the beach and invited her to his apartment. Carmen claimed that during her visit, the teenager received a phone call and decided to leave, initially requesting 500 baht for her time. He alleged that when she changed her mind and demanded more money, she threatened him with a knife. Carmen claimed he choked her to death in self-defense. Surveillance footage showed the man leaving the building alone, pulling a large suitcase, which he discarded in bushes near a railway line. Police later discovered the teenager's body inside the baggage. Following the incident, Carmen traveled to Bangkok on Saturday, attempting to flee to Australia. He was intercepted and arrested by immigration officers at Suvarnabhumi Airport. He has been charged with murder, concealment of a corpse, and committing indecent acts with a minor. The suspect is currently being held in custody and is expected to appear again before the court in Pattaya. Jeremy Chu, Cable News.
At least 1,450 people have been killed in the devastating earthquake in Venezuela, with more than 50,000 people still unaccounted for. International rescue teams have successfully pulled several survivors from the rubble, including a woman trapped for 86 hours and a father and son who survived after being buried for over 3 days. Jeremy Zhu again reports.
Although the 72-hour golden window for rescues has passed, teams are working tirelessly. In the worst-hit state of La Guaira, rescue squads saved a 60-year-old woman who had been trapped for 86 hours. In the coastal town of Carabayeda, U.S. and French rescuers spent over 12 hours navigating a collapsed building to save a father and his son. Both were severely dehydrated and weak. Additionally, Spanish rescuers, assisted by search dogs, recovered a 50-year-old man trapped for more than 3 days. Currently, over 2,600 international personnel are assisting with the relief effort. However, tensions are rising. Some U.S. rescuers have criticized Venezuelan authorities for imposing strict limitations on teams, which they claim is hindering life-saving operations. They openly challenged the Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello during his site visit. Local residents are also expressing widespread anger, accusing the government of a slow and chaotic response, which they believe has cost the lives of many who could have been saved. Meanwhile, the Chinese embassy in Venezuela has confirmed that as of Sunday afternoon, 8 Chinese citizens have died, with 1 person still reported missing. Jeremy Chu, Cable News.
An intense heat wave moving east in Europe has claimed more than 1,300 lives, the World Health Organization has said, describing it as a silent killer. Germany, Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic faced daytime temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. Evelyn Bai has more.
The Czech Republic experienced its hottest day on record for the second consecutive day on Sunday, as temperatures soared to 41.9 degrees Celsius in the northern town of Duxany. People were trying to cool off with water from a sprinkler truck. Germany set a new national high of 41.7 degrees Celsius near the Polish border, surpassing a record set just a day earlier. While Poland recorded an all-time high of 40.5 degrees Celsius in the western town of Suboty. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus described the heat stress as a silent killer, noting that Europe is the fastest warming continent, heating at twice the global average. He called on governments to implement health action plans. In Paris, mortuaries have been overwhelmed, with at least 1,000 additional deaths reported from Wednesday to Friday, among which 85% involve people aged 65 or over. The extreme heat is expected to ease across western and central France as storms move in, though northeastern regions could still see temperatures approach 40 degrees Celsius before thunderstorms develop. Evelyn Bai, Cable News.
South Korea rolled out sweeping chip and AI mega projects as President Lee Jae-myung pledged to cement overwhelming industry leadership with investments worth more than $576 billion over several years. Flanked by the chiefs of the world's 2 biggest memory chip makers, Samsung Electronics Chairman Lee Jae-yong and SK Group Chairman Chae Tae-won, Lee cast the initiative as a great leap forward, centered on the triple axis of semiconductors, physical AI, and data centers. We must secure the core elements of AI faster than any other country, the president said in a televised address. Samsung and SK Hynix will invest 800 trillion won, equivalent to $518 billion, with suppliers to build 2 new chip fabrication sites, each in South Korea's southwest region. Lee added that the country's southwestern city of Gwonju and South Jeolla province will also invest 5 trillion to 20 trillion won in the projects, with a further 81 trillion won expected for a chip packaging cluster in the Chongchang area near Seoul. The announcement marks Lee's boldest push yet to transform the country from a manufacturing powerhouse into a leader in the artificial intelligence era, while simultaneously fulfilling his pledge to narrow regional disparities and revive economies beyond the Seoul metropolitan area. Now let's take a look at the stock market. The Hang Seng Index ended the day up 354 points. Top active stocks of the day, Tencent was up $8.40. Alibaba was up $3.50. Hua Hong Semiconductor was up $14.70, while Kingboard was down $6.40. Foreign exchange against the Hong Kong dollar, Euro 8.94, Japanese yen 48.45. On to the weather now, mainly cloudy with a few showers. More showers with isolated thunderstorms at first tomorrow. Hot with sunny intervals during the day. And that's our news tonight. I'm Quentin Yan. Thank you for watching. Good night.